Hunger and poverty is one of the continent's most pressing issues, and developing new technologies to enhance food security has become critical for millions. Staple food supply is not impervious to changing environmental conditions, but a focus has developed on growing hardy crops that are meant to fare far better during the process. Professor Ndiko Ludidi has been working with the Center of Excellence in Food Security to map out ways to develop crops that are more productive under unfavorable conditions and can foster a sustainable nutritional change.
Protein-rich foods are expensive, and I say expensive because that's in reference to thinking that protein-rich food has to be meat, which is quite expensive. So we try to find other crops that are, well, other sources of proteins that are not meat-based. For example, soybean, cowpea, and the normal peas, for example. Those are very, very good sources of protein that can be put together with a normal meal so that a person doesn't become protein deficient.
Scientists want to ensure that there's enough crop-based food supply for direct human consumption during the current and future changing climatic conditions. In doing so, crops are being tested in greenhouses to test their growth and development during incessantly dry periods. Food security also reacts to changing economic conditions and trends which are currently being experienced in other SADC countries.
There's a growing reliance on markets for procuring food versus growing your own food. So obviously the types of food that you would grow versus what's available on the market and what you can afford is very different. So that's definitely had an impact of what ends up on the plate. In Mozambique, we found that people are starting to consume more soya-based food because they're growing more soya. And in places like northern Zambia, where the traditional meals include cassava.
So it might be just a matter of time until the meat owl becomes substituted for a plant-based protein. One thing is for certain though, is that food security will remain one of the continent's vexing issues.